Hey everybody, welcome back to Idiot Proof Cooking. If you're new to the channel, my name is Will and I make simple and easy to follow recipes that I would consider are idiot proof because hey, if an idiot like me can make something, you certainly can too. And if you've seen the channel before, you know the drill. So today I'm going to be doing a little bit of baking. I'm going to be making a retro recipe, a pineapple upside down cake. Did a little bit of research on them and they originate in the 1920s in the US, so I just had to give one of these a try. But without any further ado, let's get into making it. Okay, so we're making a pineapple upside down cake. Now, one of the main ingredients in said cake is, believe it or not, pineapples. I know you've been guessing. But anyways, get yourself a 20-ounce can of sliced pineapples like I have here. Fiddle around with the can for some reason, Will, and then take them out of the can and throw them in a separate bowl. They're going to look something like that. Then you're going to get yourself a 9-inch pie plate, and into it you're going to pour a 1/4 cup of melted unsalted butter, and then you're just going to swirl it around until it covers all of the bottom of the pie plate. Next in is 1/2 cup of dark brown sugar, so pour all that in, and then I'm just going to spread it out with my hands to make sure that the brown sugar is fully coated all over the bottom of the pie plate. It's obviously going to get a little bit mushy because of the butter. Next in is the pineapple, so I'm just going to carefully lay down the pineapple slices in the butter and sugar mush, and you're going to want to make sure every square inch of the bottom of the pie plate is covered, and then from there we're going to use the remaining pineapple slices and cut them in half and stick them in the negative spaces in between the pineapple slices up along the side of the wall of the pie plate, like that. This is what it's going to look like so far, and out of pure luck we had just the right amount of pineapple slices. So once that's done, we're going to get ourselves some maraschino cherries. You're going to need like 16 to 20 of them, and we're going to stick the maraschino cherries in all of the holes of the pineapple and in between them in the negative spaces if there is space. I'm also going to stick them in the half holes of the pineapple slices up alongside of the wall. Once that's done, you might have a couple of maraschino cherries left, so just eat those ones and enjoy. But anyways, set that aside for a moment and then get yourself a large mixing bowl. And into said mixing bowl, we're going to add in 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour first. Make sure you get it all in the bowl. Next in is 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. And then we're going to add in a 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt. Into the bowl it goes. Get your trusty whisk out from there and give this all a whisking to combine. Once that's done, we're going to set this aside and get ourselves another mixing bowl. I swear, I'm always complaining about the amount of dishes I have to do after a baking episode. But anyways, into that mixing bowl goes 3/4 cup of white granulated sugar, and then we're going to crack in 2 large room temperature eggs, and then we're just going to get our trusty whisk like always and mix the eggs and sugar until they're combined and nice and ribbony and look something like that. There you go. From there, we're going to add in a 1/2 cup of melted unsalted butter. Into the bowl it goes. And then we're going to get out the vanilla paste. We're going to add in a teaspoon or so of that. And then just give that a quick whisking to combine. And then once combined, we're going to add in 1/3 cup of whole milk and also 1/3 cup of sour cream, which is going to make the cake nice and moist. And I know moist is a gross word, but I'm powering through it here. The cake's going to be moist from the sour cream. But anyways, whisk that all together one final time, and then it's really straightforward. We're going to start mixing the wet and dry ingredients together. So go get your mixing bowl with the dry ingredients, and it's time to carefully and steadily pour the wet ingredients in. Get yourself a spatula, scrape down the bowl. You want to make sure you get all of it in there, and then just mix this all together with the spatula or a wooden spoon. I would recommend maybe a wooden spoon. It does thicken up a little bit, but whatever you mix your cake batter with, make sure it's good and combined. You don't want any dry ingredients left over. So once the cake batter is mixed thoroughly, go get your pie plate back with all the maraschino cherries and pineapple slices, and it's time to start throwing the cake batter in. So just spatula it in very carefully. You don't want to dislodge any of your pineapple slices along the wall or the maraschino cherries. And then after all of the cake batter is in, I'm just going to use my spatula to smooth out the cake batter. Make sure it reaches every side of the pie plate. You want it nice and smooth like I've done here. From there, we're going to preheat our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and bake the cake from anywhere from 40 to 50 minutes, just depending on the efficiency of your oven, until it comes out nice and golden brown, and it's going to be slightly puffy looking like this. Look at that. Look at that. That looks great. And then to make sure that it's done, we're going to stick in a wooden skewer or a toothpick, and if it comes out of the cake clean, you know it's baked all the way through. Now we're going to let this cool down, but not for very long, just about 20 to 30 minutes. You still want it warm when you tip it out of the pie plate. So I've got my little cake display thing here, and I'm just going to run an offset spatula along the edge of the cake to make sure it dislodges. And then here comes the moment of truth, trying to get the cake out. So carefully and gently tip it over, and then I said carefully and gently, and then I slammed it down. Anyways, just carefully tip it over, then knock on the pie plate and gently remove the pie plate up. And it should come out perfectly like this. Anyways, there's your pineapple upside down cake. As you can see, mine's still steaming. It's still pretty hot. So now I'm going to let it cool down for like another half an hour or so. After half an hour, it's time to cut into it and give this a try. So I'm just going to cut myself out a piece here. Alright, just slice it a little bit more here, and then carefully lift it out, and look at that cake. It looks great. Here's a close-up shot of it. As you can see, it looks nice and dense and cakey-like, and it looks super moist. Oh man, I'm really happy with how this turned out, but we gotta taste it, make sure that it actually tastes good. So here we go for the taste test. So just get my fork and get ready to have a bite here. And with the first bite, yeah, it was super tasty, super tasty. The cake was nice and moist. And you know what? Here, hold on, let me give Rose a bite here. And she's struggling to fit the pineapple in her mouth. Come on, Rose. Anyways, yeah, she liked it too. But anyways, the cake was moist and just delicious and sweet, and the pineapples and cherries on top were so delicious. They were nice and caramelized with all that butter and sugar baked into it. This was fantastic. It was quite easy to make, and it was really, really tasty. You should give this a try at home if you've never made this before. But anyways, that is the end of the episode. If you like what you saw here, why don't you drop me a comment, like the video, or even subscribe to the channel. Thanks again for watching A Day Proof Cooking. We'll see you again soon.